So, Lightyear was a failure. Multiple reasons why. But it was a failure, right? We know it was a failure. They doubled down. They have said we're going to be doing a sequel to it. And I got sent this over on Twitter, so thank you so much. And if there is anything ever that you want me to discuss, please do send it to me on that hellhole that is Twitter. Or email me. Links to those are in the description box. But now, as per the norm as always, it's our fault. It's our fault. It's the fans' fault following the box office failure. It's not the fault that Disney chose to make something not related in any way at all to Toy Story. You know, the series that spawned Buzz Lightyear. It's not Disney's fault at all that they chose to get rid of Tim Allen, the voice of Buzz. It's our fault. Of course it is. Of course it is. Let's take a look, shall we, ladies and gents, at this absolute shit show. Disney Pixar's Lightyear didn't have the run that many thought it would at the box office. No, they thought this would be a smash hit success. Yeah, genuinely, they thought this would be a massive hit. This is this is done so poor for a Pixar film. Really, really poor. But Lightyear was expected by many to be a top box office attraction when it came time for the film to hit theatres. And instead, the film fell quite short of those calculations. Massively short. Not a small amount, massively short. So while the numbers for Lightyear were not bad, launching to around 50 million domestically on its opening weekend, and has since come close to $200 million worldwide, that's real bad. They were not nearly what anyone was expecting for a film that was marketed as a prequel to the beloved Toy Story franchise, and it had a budget of over $200 million. So the fact that it is, it's now come close to $200 million worldwide. This weekend, it will probably cross $200 million. Of course it will. But if the budget was over $200 million and it is only just reaching that does not mean it's broken even. That's nowhere near breaking even. Breaking even is the $600 million mark, because you've got to account for marketing. That's quite high. Again, about 50 to 75% of the original budget itself. Then you also have to account for ticket stubs. The theatre's cut. So they're so deep in the hole on this. They have lost money at this point in time. However, Lightyear's box office woes were made worse by the incredible run of Minions: The Rise of Gru. You know what? I mean, good for Minions. I'm just really surprised it's still going. I enjoyed the series and stuff like that. I'm genuinely surprised it's still going. Good on it though. Good on it. They're managing to keep it alive in, I guess, what people think is fresh and exciting ways. Kid Gru. Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're keeping it going and they're still successful. Because the Universal Pictures and Illumination Studios topped 128 million in its first weekend, albeit a holiday weekend, and has been one of the most talked about films of the summer. So this is what we're considering the sort of child summer blockbuster film to be this year, whereas Disney were obviously wanting it to be Lightyear, which of course they did. Of course they wanted it to be. But Minions has absolutely smashed it. And then comes the Soul. So the Disney Pixar film was met with much controversy following a same-sex kiss. Now, this is what the article is saying. I will say that there will be people that will choose to boycott a film that has that in. Regardless of whether you're one of those people that say that's, not part of it. It is. It is. It'd be naive to say that people would choose not to take their kids to a film that has that. And they absolutely, obviously, have their rights, not to do that, of course, if they want to. So that is a part of it. It's Yeah, it's absolutely a part of it. However, Disney fans are upset with the casting decision to replace Tim Allen, as mentioned at the start, because then they got Chris Evans. Why? Of course, this was explained that the film was about the real man and space ranger who inspired the toy Buzz Lightyear, and not the actual toy. So, wouldn't the toy have the real voice? Wouldn't it? And we know why Tim Allen was. I mean, he's outspoken in terms of, you know, his sort of very, well, pretty milquetoast political beliefs, to be honest. But still hasn't stopped criticism from being present all over social media. And Lightyear director Angus MacLane has recently been involved in discussions on social media regarding the film and has spoken out in defence of the Disney Pixar movie. Now, when we say defence, it's never good, ladies and gents. It's always other people's problems. He said that he doesn't get the outrage and that life is too short to be upset about a science fiction movie when there are only a couple of released each year. I mean, this is not a science fiction film. Are you, what? Please. It's a child's film. I don't get it, but whatever. Folks seem pretty steamed about the film. We only get 1 to 2 big science fiction movies a year. The supply is too low to get too upset about them. Life's too short. What? It's not a sci-fi movie, dude. It's a... What did you think you were a director like Event Horizon or some shit? What's wrong with you? Anyway, another user who saw the film said they didn't understand why the film was rated so low, and MacLane responded by saying it mainly has to do with trolls. So, someone goes, Nathan and I loved Lightyear. I don't know why it has such low reviews on IMDb. Short answer, much like the second chapter of The Hobbit, it mainly has to do with trolls. So it's just all trolls that just didn't like your film. I mean, they've helped you make whatever money that it has make. If that's the case, well, stop resorting to insulting the audience, you absolute assholes. In another tweet, MacLane took a dig at those who may be giving poor ratings to Lightyear without seeing the film. That's true, there might be people that do that. Just had a look at the numbers. The ratings for Lightyear are significantly higher from people who have seen the film than from those who have not. That's difficult to verify. Alright, shut up. So according to Rotten Tomatoes, Lightyear received a 75% critical score with the consensus reading, Lightyear settles for being a rather conventional origin story instead of reaching for the stars. But this gorgeously animated adventure ably accomplishes its mission of straightforward fun. And an 85% audience score. The thing is that yeah, it can have a high score, but if people aren't watching it, then it's still a bit of a... I mean, it's failed, hasn't it? So there you have it. I mean, stop insulting the audience. You know, people, stop it. Just stop insulting the audience. They're not all trolls. They are probably the majority of the people that have seen the film. Yeah. And also, their views are warranted, because if they chose not to see the film and they still have views on it, you should still listen to them because you want their money. Right? That's how businesses work. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box, along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.